So I wanted to show you the process of me removing the Nailboo dip powder. I took a cotton round, cut it in 4, put the acetone on, and then just put the clips on. You can see them on every nail. And just about, I think I gave it 10 or 15 minutes and it came right off. And then I just took a little quarter of one of the rounds just to wipe any little residual from like the base coat or anything like that. But it came off all onto the cotton round with no problems. Like I said, 10-15 minutes and it was off and real fast. I don't know if I can hold the camera with these on. This hand is already off. I did one hand at a time just so that I could still function. So that hand is off and we're just waiting for this one, another 10-15 minutes. And then I probably think I'm going to trim them back a little or file them down and put some conditioning oil and let it sit for a while. And then I'll be back and I'll show you me applying one of the other colors. I wanted to show you one coming off so you can see. So I'm just going to take the clip off. And literally, hopefully I can show you that. It just comes right off. Like all of the color, I don't know with the glare, all the color is right on the pad. And then I just use it because there's still some like residual glue. I could probably leave it on another couple minutes, so I might leave the rest on for a few minutes. It's only about 50, this one is about 15 minutes. Like I can feel a little bit of the, look, I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, you can. A little bit. So I might, because there's still, like you can see the color right there. Put that back on just for a few minutes. Let me check. Yeah, that's not ready to pull off yet. That is actually some of the color. Okay, so I put that one back on. And this I'm just going to leave sit on so it looks like they need a few more minutes. That's kind of tight on my finger. Okay, it's the under part that is, I mean, it looks like blood, but it's not. It's actually the color. That's weird. Very odd. Like this one is like sticking me in the finger. So I'm going to leave these go a few more minutes and I'll show you the end result. Okay, so I am just pulling off the pads now. There's still a little bit on this side that didn't come off, but that's okay. I think I can get that with the rest that's on this. Okay, so I'm trying to do this in the best way I can. I don't know if you guys can kind of see the color through that. And it literally just lifts it all right off. I mean, there's still a little bit of, in the color is all right there. So I just fold it in on itself and then just use the other side. I know this is awkward. I'm trying to do this I'm watching a YouTube video, but this is more like the base coat, like a little bit of the glue, but it is all coming right off actually very easily. So I'm going to finish taking these off and then I'll come back when it's time to redo. Okay, I wanted to show you all off. I know the lighting might not be the best. I'm trying to do this near my laptop. My laptop is right here. It's all off. My nails feel good. They were a little dry, so I did put cuticle oil on them. I'll show you the other hand. Cuticle oil on them, and I will probably file them back a little bit, just because if I'm going to leave it on for a couple weeks, my nails will get too long. So that was that. It literally took about 11 minutes, and that was it using the clips. Now, I did purchase the hand bowls, and I will show you them when I go to put the color on. I just wanted to real fast come back and let you see that I have the nail mask on from Facestory on my fingers. These are a little difficult to get on once you have one hand on. Let me see if I can show you the other hand. So here's the other hand. Thumbs are a little tight because your thumbs are bigger, and like your pinkies, they want to slide like right off. But these are pretty cool. You can feel the serum inside, and you have to leave these on for 30 minutes. So it's 7:05 p.m. on Saturday evening, and I have to wait 30 minutes. So about 25 of 8. I'll be able to take these off, and I'll probably put a little bit more cuticle oil on, or like an olive oil, an avocado oil, anything like that, just to really hydrate my nails. And then I probably will wait till tomorrow, which is Sunday, before I redo the Nailboo. This way I can give my nails a chance to rehydrate. The cuticles are pushed back. I did trim them just a little bit and file them. So I wanted to show you, I didn't forget this time. I put it with all my nail stuff so I would remember. This feels kind of funny, but if it works, I love it. Okay, so I just took the nail mask off, and actually it feels like it hydrated my nails very nicely. And I did trim them just slightly. You can see like little sections. Let me show you the other hand right here. So it hydrated them nicely, so I think that was a cute little nail mask to do. And we'll be back with the Nailboo dip powder. Can you guess what color I'm going to try next? Hi everyone, I'm here. Fingers only today. We're going to do I decided to do Ocean Blue right here. I was going to do like the I think it's called Leave It Alone. I was going to do this one. No, not that one. I was going to do this one, and right here, Leave It Alone. So it's more of like a tealy green, Leave Me Alone. But I decided to go for the blue. I'm going to be brave. I keep this is a little like makeup train case that I got from Lorella. So I'm keeping all of my items in here that I need. This way it's all in one place. All this fits right back in here. I did mention earlier, but I did do the nail mask that I got from Facery. I loved it. And I saved that because I think I want to buy some more of them. They were phenomenal. Also, upon the suggestion of others off of Amazon, I did make a purchase for buffing blocks and a little better buffer files. These were cheap. I don't remember how much they were. I'll pop them up in the description. Just, you know, to make my life easier for when I'm doing this. Excuse me. Like this side of their buffer is fine, but I heard this side gets pretty destroyed, so I'm not even going to bother. Then also in this box here from Amazon, now I didn't have a problem with using the clips, and I showed you that in the beginning of the video, but I had seen, I'll just put this on the floor, that you can buy soaking bowls, and they literally just open up on the sides, open up here, and you take the top off, and you put warm water, tap water, in the bottom, and then you put this back in, and then your hands, I'm just going to try to show you, like you put your acetone in the little slots, and then you just rest your hand in for the 10 minutes or whatever, and you can put like at the very base of the bottoms here, I'm trying to show you, in there you can put your little, you know, cotton round, whatever you're using to help get it off. But I figured I wanted to try the clips, which I did, and I showed you real fast when I took it off. Just get this back on, right? Just to show you that it does, you know, does work. And this came with 2 of them. Also in the box came some files, which are always good to have. And then this little metal, like, cuticle pusher and all that kind of stuff. So that's not a bad little thing. And these were very inexpensive. But once again, I will list them on Amazon. And this is called Nail Soaking Bowl. So I have those. And like I said, you know, everything fits nicely in there. I have all the boxes. I am losing my voice. I am so sorry. So I'm going to now remove the box off of the table and give myself a little, I don't need this out there. I need this. This not right away. So we'll move that out of the way. So we'll need the base coat, which is right here, number 1, and the build powder, which is white, to get started. I don't think I did this yet. Let me see. Oops, that came right off the top. Let's see if I can get that out now. Okay, so you came off the top. Like, that's not good. Well, that's like junk. Let me see if I can get that back up in there. Ugh. Like, that totally separated from inside. I want to, before I get started, not to be negative Nancy, in this kit, when I ordered it, came with get your $50 Nailboo card for free, and then it came with this, and I have not used that. So I figured, well, okay, let me see what I need to do to get my $50 Nailboo gift card. So I contacted them. What do I need to do? But the steps they want you to do, like to leave a review on Facebook or Instagram or whatever I know Facebook was one of them. Like, I don't even see the option to do it. I think I think it's a scam a little bit with the $50 card. I said, look, I'm not jumping through hoops. I'll be more than glad to leave a review. I'm not going to jump through hoops or spend, 30 minutes of my time trying to figure out what they're even trying to tell me to do, which I think is ridiculous. And so I just flat out told him in an email, look, I'm not going to spend all my time, which is precious. I'm very busy, just like many of you, to try to do this for a $50 gift card. It's not worth it to me. This kit was $85. I will not be purchasing any more product from Nailboo, unfortunately. That left a little bit of a bad taste in my mouth, that almost like, is it a scam? Is it not? Is it worth investing the time for $50 when each one of these is about, if it's not on sale, they're $24. On sale, I think they're $14. So this whole kit was $85. Was it $85 or $55? I think it was $85 when I purchased it. I think it's now $55 or something like that. I personally, when I was looking at the other accessories for dip powder systems on Amazon, there are plenty of kits out there with 4- and 5-star reviews on Amazon that offer way more colors, the same top coat activator, base coat, your build powder, but you might get 6 or 10 colors. I don't know if the jars are as big. I haven't purchased, but I'm going to use these shades and try them, but I won't repurchase. And then when I want additional colors, I am just going to go buy another kit and then I'll just leave all this stuff in one train case, like makeup train case. And then whatever I buy new from Amazon, I will share with you. And I'll put I have like 2 other like makeup train cases, and I'll put all that in the train. So I'm keeping things together by kit so that they're not getting mixed up. That's why I like to keep things in like the boxes. But you let me know if I'm crazy. Like, would that sort of leave a bad taste in your mouth? And any response that email wise that I would send to them was never addressed. Like, my concern or question, like, is this really real? Can you really get a $50 gift card? And it was never addressed. So I was like, okay, like kind of a half red flag. And I was like, well, I'll be done with this company. But I have it, so I'm going to use it. My nails are all ready to go. I did the nail mask. I had nail oil. It's been a few days. Just haven't had time to sit down and do this, but it's Monday morning. So I figured let's get it done so that it's done. I have nothing to do today. I have some editing, but that's not necessary. There are videos for February. So I do have some time to get this done, and I don't have any like major cleaning to do or anything like that. So nothing that will potentially ruin my nails. So I'll be back in just a moment and we'll get started. Okay, made sure I have my coffee. I still have a little bit of coffee left. So let's get started. I actually changed my mind. I'm going to use the tealy color, and it's called Leave Me Alone. I figured, you know what? Let's go in progression of color. So now I managed to fix this, but this is like thick and just not great. And make sure that it's everywhere. I know my mistake last time was I brushed the powder off too soon. So we're going to go into the dip powder and then just tap. Now I'm not going to brush any of that off till I make sure that it's good and dry. Like I'll wait till all these nails are done and then I will brush it off at that point. And definitely 2 coats is desirable, because I could see where you could correct like a mistake if you did it that way. And you go into the little jar at a 45-degree angle. Once again, get them dipped. And I'm just going to let it dry before I brush it off. And this is like so tight where some of them are not. I just don't get it. I don't want all that product. And I never start up at the cuticle. I go mid nail and press down. This way I'm not flooding the cuticle area with product. And I do that with nail polish also. All right, get in there. Okay. And let's get that dipped into the powder. And I just banged. Okay, so now we have 3 out of the 5 done. See, I like start like mid nail and then go back up into the cuticle. So most of the product is down already, where I'm not getting a big puddle of product in the cuticle area, which is not desirable for anything, whether you're using polish or this type of system. Okay, so there's 4. And somebody's at my door. I have to pause. Okay, so this hand is now done. So I'm going to just brush it off slightly onto the floor. I'm going to vacuum. I don't think it gives too much of a... And just make sure it's not anywhere on my hand. So I just, lightly brush it off. Okay. So then, I can still feel the grit. I'm only going to do one hand at a time, just like before. I just think it's easier for me. Oops, for me. Let's cover that. Just lightly put the cap on. I don't need, so nothing gets in it. Okay. So then after you put that base coat on and you dip in the build powder, which is the white powder, you have to re-put the base coat on your nails and then dip. So we'll do that process twice. Base coat, dip, brush off any excess, base coat, dip. And then I believe we have to put the activator on. So let's get started with this. So now we have the base coat on, we dipped in the build powder. Now we have to do base coat again and then dip into the color. And you don't buff or do anything, you just dip into the color. Just once again, I don't start at the base, at my cuticle. Make sure I have a good coat of product on. And we're going to dip. I'm going to just leave it set for a second and just tap off. And that's one coat of the color. And I'm not going to brush it off until they're good and dry. And then if you notice any like error, you can fix it on the second dip. That's where I think I would have been able to correct mistakes from the first time. But, you know, you live and learn when you try something new. So there we have number 2. It's going to be a pretty color. I'm going to make sure I get the sides good. Down there. Like I can, like if I were to brush that right now, I could still see that that's wet. It has to let the dip powder absorb the base coat. And that was, you know, something I learned from watching a few more videos. So hopefully this just gets easier and easier. I mean, the process the first time for never trying it was very simple, and I enjoyed it immensely. This is way better than nail polish. So I'm not unhappy with it. You know, I'm just might not stick with this company. So now I have 4 done. Let's get this one done. It came out. Oh no, it went all over the floor. Oh well, I want to be vacuuming anyway. Okay, so now that's all 5 done, and I'm just going to let it sit for a few minutes, take a sip of my coffee, you know, just, I want to make sure that when I brush this, that I'm not pulling the color off. I got this great cup for Christmas. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's flashing 140. You can set this. It sits on a base, and this, I don't know if you guys can see the steam coming off of that. Maybe not anymore since there's hardly any left. And at the bottom, you can set it at 135, 140, or 145. My sister gave this to me for Christmas. Sits on a base right by my computer. My coffee's always piping hot. I love it. So now I'm going to, I'm just going to hit that on the floor too. I'm just going to lightly brush my nails, and I'm just brushing them with the kabuki that came with it. But I let it sit for a little bit so that I'm not moving any of the color off. You know, something I learned from the first time. And so we'll put that back. So now to try to really look to see if I missed anything, that's going to be the trick. See, I can see I missed a little bit on that side. I didn't get it. So that finger, I'll be more mindful of the edges. You know, I don't want to hit it too hard. Okay, so then we just rinse and repeat, basically. More base coat and more product. And then I believe we put the activator on, and then we can buff and to make them smooth. So let's redo, because I'm going to dip twice, obviously. I'm just going to be more mindful of the edges so that product will go there. I mean, I saw videos where you could dip 3 times if that's what you want to do. I don't think 3 is necessary, maybe depending on if it's super light or not. See, that's a little bit better. And this one I noticed on the side was not great. So we're going to make sure we come over to the side a little bit more. If they're not perfect this time either, you know, I'm okay with it. Ugh, getting powder everywhere. Okay, that's a little bit better. trying to contain the powder. It is getting everywhere though. Just wearing a sweatshirt, nothing fancy today, just because I, you know, in case this got everywhere. Make sure I hit the side. I just hit my skin. So what I'm going to do, because I didn't do my right hand yet, where I just hit my skin, I'm just going to get that off. Go in and dip. And it does get under your nail, so by tapping it takes it out. So you can see the difference. Hopefully these 3 are done. This has only got 1 on it. Try it again. Trying to not be stingy with the base coat, because that might help with the way it turns out too, to grab hold of the color. Okay, much better. And then anything that needs to be adjusted can be adjusted on coat number, 2. You can try to get it, better the way you want it. I want to make sure that's good and coated there. Okay, so let's get that. I'm not going to close that, but okay, so now I'm just going to pop the cap on this, because because if I'm going to be buffing, I don't want anything getting in there. I'm going to close that a little bit. So now I have the 2 coats on. It's not bad. This is all over my hands. So I'm going to give this, it says like 30 seconds a minute. I'm just going to let it sit and see how I did. I'm going to give it more than just like a few seconds, just to make sure that it's good. I mean, it looks good looking at it. I just check in like the sides. I could see maybe a little bit on this side I missed. I mean, I could dip a 3rd time, but I don't want it getting thick. So let me see if I do just a light brush to get it off any loose product. And you could use, I was looking at, because this kabuki brush, these are a pain. I could really use any one of my makeup brushes if I wanted to, as long as it was fluffy. Okay, so now that's good. So from what I understand now, hopefully I'm doing this right, I have to apply the applicator coat, which is number 2, and I think I have to wait 5 minutes after I apply the applicator, and then I can buff using, and I will pull one of these out that I bought. I'll just leave them still back there. Then, so apply the activator, wait 5 minutes, and then I can buff my nails, buff the sides. I didn't do that before, and it's like towards the end, I could feel like the roughness of the powder. So I'll buff the edges, and that's when you can file. Like, you can wait to file these until you're done. I file them first. So I'll show you. I'll apply the applicator, and then we can get a better look at what the color is going to look like. And then I'll pause and come back when the 5 minutes is up. I don't know if I'm getting enough of the applicator. Let's just make sure. So that might be more of the true coloring versus the lighter, so which is fine. Okay, that's not horrible. I mean, this obviously is not going to put any sheen on it. You have to get that with the top coat. But this basically seals it. Basically seals the deal. This is where, that's why you have to be careful not to get it on your skin and all that, because once you put this activator on, that's where it's going to stay. Which is fine. Looks good with me. It looks good to me. I'm just going to do a little bit on the tips. I didn't do that the last time. Okay, so now it said to apply the activator, which I just did, so it's on all my nails. Does that feel weird? Okay. Right there. So it's on my nails. So I'm going to wait 5 minutes. It's 20 after 11. So I'll wait till 25 after, and then I'll come back and I'll show you lightly buffing just lightly. I'm not going to get crazy. I didn't find the surface needed to be buffed. Once I applied the top coat, 2 coats of the top coat, it was not rough. It stayed smooth and shiny. So let's wait 5 minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, the 5 minutes is up. These are, you know, done. I opened the package with the buffing block. So this is a 100-180, I guess, grit. That's good. This is kind of rough, this side. So I might try, this even seems a little rough to me. I have an older one that's like, this is like more of a buffer. I might use my own just to like give the edges a little softening, because I noticed before that that was where it was a little like rough still, and I can see one little spot that I missed there on that edge, which I'm perfectly fine with. I'm just going light on the sides. I don't need to shape my nails, file my nails, any of that. Just to smooth out the sides. I don't think that I could see where I missed the cuticle area on that. It was a little far away. I don't think I need to buff. I really don't find it necessary for me personally. So I need to let me go get alcohol and just real lightly go over this so there's no dust on it from any of the powders, because then we have to reactivate. And then wait 5 more minutes. So let me do that. I'll be right back. Okay, so I just went over them with a little bit of alcohol. And I can still see little droplets on. I just want to make sure these are good and dry. Right. Okay, so then we're going to put a second activator coat on. So let me just try to fold that up and come off, because I can feel the powder. I can't feel it under here, so let me just try this. I don't have to put my nail down. I can keep my nail up. Put it on the edge. It's easier. I'm getting the activator. It's splashing everywhere. Okay, so now we have to wait 5 more minutes. Let this, I guess, fully dry and do its little thing. I mean, the color's going to be nice, a nice little teal. You know, not perfect. Again, I can tell, like, I was a little far away on the one nail from my cuticle, but that's okay. I'd rather not have it up in the cuticle bed because you're not supposed to. So that's good. Oh, I can just feel the powder. That's gross. And then we'll be right back when it's time to put the top coat on. It has been 5 minutes, so now we're going to apply the top coat. So I'm just going to have to do it on the edge of the table. Pretty color. Pretty teal green. I don't like these bottles at all. I've said that before. Now we have the one coat on, so right there. It's a real pretty, like I'm holding it away up against dark. It's a real pretty tealy green. I don't know if that comes across. Pretty, I like it. It did better this time. Like the edges are better. I see like one little mistake on the edge, and one I was a little farther away than the others on the cuticle, but I can live with that. So now I have to wait 5 minutes for this to dry. That was the problem before. I didn't wait 5 minutes and then went to, see, I didn't have to, with regular top coat, I don't have to wait 5 minutes. I mean, after like a minute or two, it's good enough and you can put your second coat on. So I will wait. It's 11:36, I think. No, 11:40. So 11:45, I'll pop back on and put the second top coat on. So I let these dry for about 5-6 minutes. And I'm just going to apply second top coat to this hand. This way we're good to go. I do believe that the second coat is necessary just for, you know, coverage and, you know, you want the shine. I mean, I want the shine. Get that out of nail polish, so I would expect it here too. Just, you know, second coat. I'm trying to get that in and out of this bottle. Hopefully that bottle loosens up. Okay, so I'm just going to tighten that lid down. All these lids are tightened. These are just resting. So now I have to let this dry for 5 more minutes. And then this hand will be done. Now I will come back when I do this hand and I'm going to speed it up. Just because you've seen me do this, I don't need to spend another, you know, 5-10 minutes doing this hand. So I will come back and film it, but I'll just put it at like double speed or something like that. And then I'll come back at the very end and show you both hands done. I do like this color. It's a nice, like tealy, more on the teal side than green. And this is called Leave Me Alone. So it's really pretty. I could have done three dips. And then if I would have done it 3 times, I just would have filed, I would have buffed the top surface so that it isn't thick. But this is perfectly fine. I'm happy with it. So I will let this dry and I'll be back in 5 minutes and we'll speed through my right hand.